Hello and welcome back to the final part of my LP of Megaman X6. I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to get this far, but I hate this game. I don't want to do an LP for it ever again.
Fuck!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, I suppose. Let's play of Megaman X6. 3 weeks ago, Space Colony Eurasia was something, then Dynamo happened, and now there's this Japanese music. He led it to Eurasia and, toward the Earth, thus beginning the tragic Earth crisis. Maverick Hunter Zero, taking the Earth's destiny into his own hands. One Reploid made a crash against the furious space colony. It was a successful attack, and the space colony was destroyed. But though the Earth was saved, the huge explosion seriously damaged it. Fucking, are you kidding me? Like, we destroyed the colony, but apparently the colony destroyed the Earth anyway. Like, what the hell? And then, okay, Sigma E goes and blows a hole through these two guys. X and Zero defeated Sigma and narrowly escaped with their lives. However, only one would return from the battle. A blue light, X, still gripping a familiar saber in his hand. 3 weeks later at present, 3 weeks later instead of 3 years, there's so much pollution on the ruined Earth from the explosion that Reploids can barely work. I can imagine. And a man is... Noisy Megaman X6! Yeah! The sequel we all deserve. Not really. Okay. Well, folks, this is it. We're back once again with Megaman X6. It's been 9 years. God, it was 2011 when I first did my Let's Play of this video game. Whew, boy! And as you may recall, I hate this game. Oh god. I don't expect that to change anytime soon either. This is a game that I don't like it. I do not like this game for various reasons that we'll get into as we go along. First of all, the translation, which barely exists! Yeah, there's dialogue in this game again instead of in certain cutscenes instead of just but they didn't translate that at all. I think it would have been better off if they just removed it altogether, which they did for the X Collection version. I don't know what they did with the Legacy Collection, being as I didn't buy that one, but... Yep. I'm not even sure the translation is completely accurate. Ugh. And in the midst of actually doing this, I once again fucking forgot to mute my Discord. Oh. Sonic, you're gonna love this. You just caught me in the middle of recording it. Thumbs up emoji. And now I'm gonna set myself to do not disturb so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, at this point, the other thing is that the Japanese dialogue takes way too freaking long to get through. Because you have to listen to it, and sometimes it goes on longer than moving the mic around than it really needs to. I feel uneasy. What is this? This is... debris? But what from? Was there any violent battle here? I wonder how many people in Reploids were sacrificed. Wait, this is... 1 week later. It's finally done. I'm going mad, and it's so liberating. No, the plan has only just begun. I'm going to bring all low-grade Reploids into submission. Those too simple to understand my work. I'll build an ideal world only for Reploids. A wonderful world where I control everything. Wake up, X. You're the only one. There is no one. Alright, here we go. Our first true example of the wonder that is the freaking great translation. There is no one else is left to fight. Ooh, grammatical problems. Get up now. X. X! A giant maverick is acting up. Wake up! I'll send the detailed info later. You rush to the scene. Again, Japanese dialogue just takes way too long to scroll through, so that's why I'm doing this. Oh boy. Most of the mechanoids became mavericks. It's been a long time. Stay alert, X. I'll be fine since I have the armor and saber. Since I fixed the Falcon armor very quickly, the dash function is incomplete. Alright. Anyway, I will stop the mechanoids. Oh. Okay. Go to the entrance of the ruins ahead. Right? So, like the previous game, we start off front with the main armor of the previous game. We also now have access to the Z-Saber with X. It sucks balls. Well, I mean, this is all X can do with it. It's just... that's all X can do with it. All he can do is jump and swipe or do one swipe where he's stuck in place all the time. Otherwise, he's kind of better off relying on the Buster. Also, the former aerial maneuverability of the Falcon armor has been replaced with a simple dash jump. Jump dash. Also, an improvement in this game over X5. Some of the things that I can say that were improved upon despite everything else I hate about this game. The fact that Alien no longer straight up interrupts you with tutorial messages. If you want a tutorial message on how to do something, you have to press the select button whenever that little exclamation comes up on screen. If the Buster fails, use the Z-Saber. Yes, it's time to ask for Zero's power. But I'm thankful for that because it means... I no longer have to worry about being arbitrarily interrupted in the middle of something if I'm already aware of how to proceed with things. Get away from me. But yeah, Zero's proficiency, X's proficiency with Zero's saber is kind of useless. So, But unfortunately, it's because the Z-Saber is so frickin' necessary that I have to use it regardless, because this is one of the gimmicks of this game, is that now there are some things that you can only destroy or damage or whatnot with the Z-Saber. Like those blocks. It's just an irritating gimmick, all things considered. There you are! Are you alright? Beyond here is a giant mechanoid. It's suddenly activated due to a radio wave problem. We were afraid and got hurt. I'll take care of this. Return to the Hunter base now. Alright. It acts like it's possessed. Be careful. And once again, seeing the Hunters struggle against all this stuff and seeing the crashed space colony in the background, making me irritated that I had to... I don't fucking understand that. The good ending... It's just like, yeah, we got the good ending, but we didn't get the good ending because the space colony crashed anyway. Ah, fuck this. Yeah, the way to damage this thing is by hitting the remote controlling orb thingamajig with the Z-Saber specifically. I'm not sure if it... I've never not hit it with the Z-Saber, partially because it's kind of a little bit too tricky to do so. But that's how many swipes it takes to get to the center of this mechanoid. And he's done and dead and dealt with, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Eh? The hell? Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this being your very first Mega Man X game, getting up to this point, and having to deal with the fact that that happened. Because that's exactly what I had to do. And I'm still confused.
I knew Zero was doing this.
Who are you?
I am Max, I am called. I am investigating the Zero Nightmare.
What? Did you say the Zero Nightmare?
What are you trying to do? What is your connection to the Zero Nightmare?
What about Zero? You're behind this!
You are dangerous. I'll dispose of you.
Ugh, and talk about things that I really dislike about this game. Whoop! Hi, Max. This bastard.
Maverick Hunter, not amazing. We will destroy the Zero Nightmare. You are not wanted here. Keep out.
I couldn't inflict any damage on him. Hi, Max. The Zero Nightmare? Did I dream about Zero? What is happening? A lot of crap, X. A lot of crap that we will get into here pretty soon, I'm sure. But, again, this was my first Mega Man X game that I ever played, and it's just way too much to absorb way too quickly, and it is all completely and utterly awful. Attention all Reploids on Earth! As you all know, these are chaotic, disturbing times. The nightmare is upon us. It shows Reploids a kind of dream for human beings. No, it is a nightmare. The nightmare makes Reploids confused. In the worst case, they may malfunction or delete themselves. Delete? Don't you mean destroy themselves or retire themselves? I don't frickin' understand your... Kill themselves, you know? Is the word kill or death a little bit too much for this sort of nonsense? Due to the space colony incident, there are few Reploids or humans are left on the Earth. Or grammatical issues. We won't accept sacrifice anymore. This would bring us to the Earth crisis. Taking the matter seriously, we have sent investigators to the 8 suspected areas to uncover the mystery of this nightmare phenomenon. It's said that the nightmare phenomena are caused by a ghost of Zero, known as an ace maverick hunter. What? What are you talking about? Wait, X, let him finish his story. Now, I'd like to call on volunteers. Unite with us and help our cause. Work for these 8 investigators. Our goal is to wipe out the nightmare and delete Zero's ghost. We come together for our future. This High Max will lead us. We guarantee your safety if you join us. Both Maverick Hunters and Reploids now suffer. Let's preserve our future together. We're waiting for you, everyone! How dare... He talks about Zero that way? Zero gave his life to save us. It can't be helped now. Actually, we saw a Nightmare 2 shaped as Zero, so we also need to investigate what the nightmare is. For now, leave Isaac and Hymax alone. I wonder what these suspected areas he mentioned. That was my fault. Can you find out, Alia? No, due to a strong jamming, I can't look into it from here. So I gotta go in there blind. Maybe I'll be able to feel the nightmare directly. Besides, I'm suspicious of the investigators. The nightmare. The mission is risky, but we must minimize the damage by uncovering and defeating it. As Isaac said, we cannot allow any more Reploids to be lost. X, return to Maverick Hunter Base now. Roger, I'll be right back. Back right away. Duh, God's sakes. So, in short, things are going a little bit crazy. There seems to be this nightmare thing going around in the shape of Zero that's causing Reploids to turn into Mavericks. And they're sending like 8 investigators, quote unquote, to actually figure out what the heck is going on. These investigators are essentially our Mavericks for this game. And they're talking about things that I will discuss later on. But, in essence, yeah, our 8 Mavericks for this game are the 8 investigators that they sent out to quote-unquote, investigate the nightmare phenomena. For that, we have all of these here. And by God, we are definitely going to be visiting each and every single one of these in some order or another. But here's another thing. The part system from the previous game has come back. It's been a little bit more improved, and instead of relying on any specific armors, your character instead of having a limited number of part slots for any given character, the number of part slots are limited by your character's rank. So the higher your rank, the more of these parts you can equip to your given character, and it's not restricted by the armor that you wear. This is a list of all the rescuable Reploids that you're going to be finding throughout the game. This is also absurdly, needlessly, annoyingly important. But we will get to that later. Right now, my first order of business is to go to the Laser Institute and track down a certain something. Shield Sheldon. Sheldon? That seems like a real... I get he's a shellfish, but Sheldon kind of seems like a very common a garden name for a regular person and not a maverick. But anyway. There it is. First... Okay, my finger twitched there. Because this is the beginning of something that really irritates me. Also, the backdrop kind of looks familiar here. Doesn't that thing in the background kind of look like the things from X4? I don't know. Anyway, rescuable Reploids. They are the greatest ever. Oh, and these things too. What I just destroyed. That thing of balls that I just destroyed. That was a specific Maverick that carries that I think we just call nightmare bodies, because what they do. The reason of it, for fuck's sake. Those fuckers. They are shit fuckers. What they are. What they do is that they will try to latch on to any rescuable Reploids in the near vicinity and convert them into full-on Mavericks. When they do that, you can't rescue them anymore. And one thing about rescuable Reploids in this game quite unfortunately, is that they're your source of the parts. So if you happen to lose one, you'll never be able to get those particular parts. And if you can't get those particular parts, well, depending on which... You may think, oh, well, it's not that big a loss. It just means that I don't get access to certain special abilities and the like. And to an extent, yeah, you're right. Nothing that you get from rescuable Reploids is necessary to completing the game. It's not. Exactly. I get it isn't necessary, but it kinda also sorta is. But we'll get into that later on, and that's just one of the great things about this game is the rescuable Reploid quota. And how it'll affect your gameplay. Also, this stupid laser puzzle. Come on, come on. Oh, God, yeah. There. I was a little worried about that, because... Also, these fucking invisible platforms and the fact that I managed to get to here without knowing that there was supposed to be something over here, because it would otherwise look like an innocuous wall that you couldn't pass through. Unless you happen to slide up against it. But either way, this is our first armor capsule, and they are once again, limited in the way that you can't use any of the armor parts that you get from these capsules until you collect all 4 of them. X. Now I'll give you the data for an armor program. Obtain all 4 programs so that the armor will be complete. The one I give you now is the body program for the blade armor. With this program, you will take less damage, and the damage you receive will be converted to energy for the Giga attack. Please save the world from our nightmares. Yeah, I'll save the world from the nightmares as soon as I save this guy. Much like in the previous game, those guys can also give you extra lives and a little bit of extra health if you need it. But, of course, it's a lot more important that you actually get them for the extra parts. Not, like, mega super hyper important to the point where it is a 100% you can't complete the game without them. Yeah, I just took a death there just so that I could get that heart tank. I say that. There are very certain limiting factors about this game that would, in fact, make not getting very specific rescuable Reploids a game breaker. Like, literally, under certain circumstances, you can end up with a dead game. Because you either failed to rescue certain rescuable Reploid, or some other... or failed to do so. Either way, those fuckers are important. You wouldn't think that they're important because, again, the bonuses are supposed to be bonuses, but the game design isn't smart enough to accommodate for that. And these things. You see the blue orbs that they leave behind? Those are what will be defined later on as Nightmare Souls. Collect those to increase your hunter rank. Little by little. But we're not actually going after the Maverick proper in this particular part, because instead we're dealing with the Zero Nightmare. I found you at last. Let's fight together to retire the Mavericks just like we used to. Fine, the first subject to be retired is you! So, you become a Maverick. I was worried that you might. I'll retire you personally. Yep, we're fighting the Zero Nightmare, and wouldn't you know, he is weak against the Z-Saber. This thing is fucking stupid. Okay. I just defeated him pretty darn early. But this game has this... Alright. There is a stupid programming quirk of this game. A real stupid one. And I'm sure I'll get into a lot of the dumb programming quirks of this game in the next part. But... the Nightmare is kind of really dumb. My reputation has been damaged while away. Being thought of as some stupid toy. Zero! Zero! You're alive? So X is alive, is he? Seems Sigma didn't defeat me after all. But I searched all over for your parts. Your signal? But I found nothing, so... That is most unfortunate. I hid myself while I tried to repair myself. Zero! Can we talk for a moment about that statement? You remember the state you were in at the very end of all that shit. You were one arm top half of your torso and your head, and then Sigma blasted a hole straight through you. Now, folks, you're probably going to tell me, it's a ruse. He's only saying that to keep X from getting too interested. I know. It's dumb. This is dumb. If I were X, I would not buy this story even in the slightest. Because of what I saw at the end of it. I had to wait until I was healed. Well, it's been an emotional reunion. But now we must face the nightmare. If the Reploids are eradicated, then the... Okay. Prepare for more awkward wording. The mankind, no, the Earth itself will face a crisis. Ooh! Let's go, X. Destroy the nightmare. Yes. We will join hands and never let anyone sever us again. Let's go, Zero! The ambiguously gay duo! Jesus Christ. Anyway, I think that will do for all... Yeah. You found a mysterious item related to the nightmare. Let's call it a nightmare soul. Collect the souls to increase ranking. As your hunter ranking increases, you'll be able to equip parts. The higher your ranking, the more you can equip parts. When you achieve a GA rank, you'll be able to equip the limited parts. Unlike other parts, the limited parts should be equipped at the weapon select screen. Don't forget that you can use it only one time. And this is a list of all the characters that we end up rescuing along our path. We're not going to remember any of their frickin' names, we're only going to remember the things that we get from getting them. And that is 1 life up, 1 energy up, 1 D barrier, and weapon plus chip. We also obtain the body part B. But we're going to save the game and call it quits for this first part of Let's Play Megaman X6. Oh. Oh, joy of joy. I feel so good being here. I feel so good having to be back doing this again. I am loving it. But we won't get to do more of it until next time. So with that all said and done, thank you so much for watching. I have links to my various other social media outlets, whatever, something, in the description. If you want to follow up on any of those, it would be through Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. RCFS, and out.